following is a presentation of the Academy Athletics Network.
As January rolls on, so too do the St. Joseph's Academy Redstickers. They're putting an incredible 14-game win streak on the line tonight against one of their strongest opponents yet, the visiting Live Oak Eagles. It's time for some sticker basketball on the Academy Athletics Network. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Academy Student Center on this chilly Tuesday night. I'm Linley Denstel, alongside my partner, Ava Thevenot. Ava, if you had told me at the start of the season that a team this young would be riding a winning streak of this magnitude, I'm not sure I would have believed you.
It really is remarkable. They haven't lost since November 21st. That's almost 2 months ago. On a team composed almost entirely of freshmen and sophomores, it speaks to just how mature this team is. I want to highlight one of the sophomores, Adelaide Sanchez. She's a guard averaging more than 7 points per game, and she's in the starting lineup tonight. Pay attention to her during the game because what you'll see is a level of skill and leadership that's pretty rare to find in a sophomore. I have to think we're going to see her contribute in a big way during tonight's contest.
The Redstickers are facing the Live Oak Eagles out of Watson, Louisiana tonight. The Eagles are currently 10-4, coming off of a dominating win of their own last Thursday against East Iberville, 64-5. The Stickers, meanwhile, are 14-2 after defeating McGee School from New Orleans, 66-16, last Friday in this building. It'll be a tough battle between two talented teams. Ava, talk us through what SJA will need to do to secure a 15th consecutive win tonight with our keys to the game.
Well, we've talked before about how much Coach Tim Waller loves the transition offense. Tonight, we're going to add in the transition defense. Live Oak loves to get down on the court fast on their offensive possessions, so the Redstickers are going to have to match that speed on defense if they want to keep the Eagles in check. Next, they need to take care of the little things. When you're facing a high-scoring offense like this, the last thing you want to do is give them free possessions. The Stickers need to make sure that they're not having these mental miscues that result in a travel or a double dribble. If they can take care of those little things, it'll greatly limit the scoring potential of the Eagles. Finally, we talk about this all the time, but they need to focus on the race in space. As big as the transition defense is tonight, the transition offense is just as, if not more important. If the Redstickers can take the ball down court fast, they'll have plenty of chances to score some easy buckets. It's going to be tough, but if they can do all that, I can certainly see SJA coming out on top tonight.
It's going to be a fun one this evening, and we're glad you're here watching with us. In just a few moments, we'll have pregame and tip-off between the Live Oak Eagles and the SJA Redstickers, right here live on the Academy Athletics Network.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's varsity basketball matchup between the Live Oak Lady Eagles and your SJ Redstickers. We hope you enjoy tonight's game. Please support both schools and the community by practicing good sportsmanship. Now please stand for the prayer and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Our prayer will be read by sophomore Bridge.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Good and gracious God, let me play well but fairly, let competition make me strong but never hostile. In this and in all things, guide me to a virtuous path. If I know victory, grant me happiness. If I am thine, keep me from envy. See me not when I am cheered, but when I bend down to help my offended help. Seal it in my heart that everyone who takes support with me becomes my sister. Remind me that sports are just games. Teach me something that will matter once the games are over. And if through basketball, I set an example, let it be a good one. Amen. St. Joseph's, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Now let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Lady Eagles. At number 1, a sophomore, Izzy Williams. At number 30, a sophomore, Paige Hawkins. At number 4, a junior, Maddie Rister. At number 2, a senior, Taylor Barclay. And at number 10, a senior, Bailey Radcliffe. The Lady Eagles are coached by John Katz, Lindsey Johnson, and head coach Michelle Yon. And now for your 2025-2026 St. Joseph's Academy Redstickers. First are reserve. At number 2, a freshman, Evelyn Osborne. At number 3, sophomore, junior Madeline Campbell. At number 10, freshman, Emma Wilson. At number 11, sophomore, Adeline Hardy. At number 15, sophomore, Henley Madison. At number 24, sophomore, Reagan Talamo. And at 50, sophomore, Braylon Valenci. And now for tonight's starters, at number 12, sophomore, Adelaide Sanchez. At number 14, sophomore, Julia Haslauer. At number 20, sophomore, Bridget Chavito. At number 30, sophomore, Ella Gibson. And last, at 23, our senior, Kendall Ramsey. The Stickers are coached by Courtney David and head coach Tim Waller. Go Stickers!
Welcome to our broadcast inside the Academy Student Center. As we said, it's the Live Oak Eagles here facing the SJA Redstickers. We're super excited for some basketball tonight.
Yes, thanks for joining us tonight. We're about to watch the Redstickers tip off against the Eagles. It looks like Ella Gisclair is tipping off against number 4 for the Eagles, Madeline Brister.
The other Redstickers on the court right now are Kendall Daly, Adelaide Sanchez, Julia Haslauer, and Bryn Chabaton. Ooh, and it seems like, oh, never mind. They did a little switch. I thought Kendall might do the tip off, but no, Ella's going to do it.
And Redstickers got the possession.
Julia Hosslauer finds Adelaide Sanchez, who finds Ella Gisclair. It's passed around a lot. Julia Hosslauer's tripped up as she charges towards the goal.
And we're starting off strong with this offensive passing a lot through the Redstickers. They tend to be dribbling a lot more than they do normally when doing this play. However, it's working fairly well.
Rebound by Kendall Daly, who passes to Julia Hosslauer. And the first score of the night for the Redstickers, putting them up 2-0.
And I liked that technique that Julia did with waiting for that defensive player to kind of pass her before she got open.
Yes. I do think you can already see the intensity from the Live Oak defense, especially
Absolutely.
while the Redstickers are on offense. We haven't had as much of a chance to see their offense play.
Mm-hmm.
But I think both teams are going to play really hard tonight.
And as you can see here, Live Oak is actually guarding them very strong man-to-man all the way down across court, all the way down to the throw-in, which is unlike we've really seen from any other teams.
Yes. And it looks like it's going to be a shooting foul on Ella Gisclair. Aliyah Williams will take her free throws.
And that was a missed shot. However, I think that this could be a way that Ashay kind of gets the win this game, especially if they make their free throws. Live Oak doesn't seem to be doing too hot on that field, so if they can really just make in those free throws.
Yes. That last goal was by Kendall Daly, the only senior on the team.
Mm-hmm. And Ashay tonight is playing a fairly older team with 2 out of their 5 players being seniors on the team. And another one is a junior with 2 other sophomores.
Yes, and in comparison, the Redstickers have 4 sophomores on the court, and Kendall Daly, the only senior.
Mm-hmm. One of those sophomores includes Adelaide Sanchez, who will be interviewing later in the game.
Yes, so make sure you stick around for that. I'm really excited to interview her.
Yeah. Ashay is playing a tough defense tonight. I think they really know their opponent in this field, and they are very, very man-to-man. They're sticking on their men.
Another shooting foul there. This time, the Eagles' Kate Hawkins is going to be taking her shots.
1 for 4 with free throws so far for the Live Oak Eagles.
Mm-hmm. And we're about to see Eshay's first free throw with Ellie Gisclair shooting.
It's all right.
Just needs a little time to warm up. This is going to be an interesting game because the records actually are fairly close. SJ is 14-2 and Live Oak is 10-4. Live Oak is 10-4.
Yes. And I think we can see why both teams are playing with a lot of intensity.
Mm-hmm. Very aggressive.
I think what it might come down to is just who can keep playing hard for the whole game.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that Coach Waller really trains his girls on. Yeah. I know he does a lot of drills with them, a lot of those
endurance building drills. Yes.
I was trying to think of the word.
Yeah.
And Kendall Daly will now be shooting. She's one of the leading scorers on the team with about a 7.8 point per game average. And it definitely shows.
Excellent first shot by Kendall Daly.
Wow.
That was just so satisfying to watch.
I know, that was straight in there. Full music, yeah.
It's swatted. Excellent defense by the Redstickers as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow, excellent pass.
An excellent getting open by Julia Hoslar.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that was a foul on the Redstickers for reaching.
Bryn Chapaton and Julia Hoslauer being subbed out for Evelyn Osborne and Emma Wilson, who are both freshmen.
Wow, this is interesting to see. I mean, SJ is even playing man-to-man on this throw-in. They were at all four corners guarding these players.
Mm-hmm.
Usually SJ kind of sticks to the zone, but they have really changed for who they're playing.
Yes. Ball is fought for. And I believe it's out on the Redstickers.
Yeah, something kind of interesting to note. I believe that she actually threw it out. Rather than calling a jump ball, she tossed it out of bounds, which is very interesting.
I think maybe she was looking for one of her teammates, but I don't think her teammate was exactly where she thought she was.
And if you notice, our Red Steppers are back at the game tonight.
Yes, so we can see a great halftime performance by them. I'm really excited.
Mm-hmm.
They are actually currently getting ready for Nationals, which is going to be at Walt Disney World in Florida. And the Red Steppers are going to compete January 30th through February 1st. And I know in the dance room they have this countdown, and it's like days till Nationals, and they have a little like Mickey Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember seeing?
Yeah.
I just think it's the cutest thing. It just gets them hyped.
Yeah, they actually just had regionals, which is where they were last Friday, I believe.
I think you're right. Yes.
And so they were at the Tiger Girls.
Yes, they were at the Tiger Girls showcase. Yes. But they will be hosting a red and white night on January 25th, so just days before they're going to be competing. So if you want to see their routines and other amazing things that they do, definitely check that out. It's open to girls in grades 6 through 8, and you can even meet and greet with them and the cheerleaders and watch their performances.
Definitely stuff worth seeing.
Yes. And if you want to register for that, just go to visitsja.org. I might go, like as an ambassador and like help out.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the cheerleaders on the sidelines, not the Redstickers tonight. Right now, at least.
Well, you can also see them at the red and white night.
Absolutely. They're also a very impressive team.
And we'll be competing at Disney World, so just check them all out. The Stickers are currently up 7-3. A little over 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
And the Wilsons throwing it in to number 2, Evelyn Osborne. SJ really has to stick to their passing this game because that defense is so tight. They need to get that ball out of their hands as quickly as possible, whether it's a pass, whether it's a shot. They just need it out of their hands. They are kind of stuck on the dribbling field. Wow, amazing steal by number 10, Emma Wilson.
And an open layup. That was really cool.
That was really cool. That was amazing.
An excellent blocking by Kendall Daly, the defender.
Yeah. And a steal by the Eagles. Wow.
Again, that same move.
Where they stopped.
Yeah, she stopped and the defender kept going. They probably practiced that.
Absolutely. That's definitely a technique that you learn young playing basketball. But it's really, I feel like I haven't seen it as much in other games as I am tonight.
Yes. I think it's good to see how they adapt to the different opponents.
Yeah, it definitely shows their versatility.
Both SJA and Live Oak have 5 fouls.
Wow.
So they're both in the bonus.
And that was only in the first 8 minutes. I'm curious to see how this is going to go for the rest of the game.
Yes. I guess intensity a lot of times means fouls will be called.
Yeah, more likely.
Kinley Massett is now in, along with Braylon Valenti.
And the Live Oak student shooting now is Taylor Barclay, a senior at Live Oak.
All of the Redstickers on the court right now have been subbed in. None of the people that started on the court are still in. So I think, again, Coach Waller does a great job getting his girls in and out.
Absolutely. And I think especially with a game like this that's so intense on these players, they really need to get those breaks.
Exactly.
That was a close one. The SJ team threw it in, and it was so close to going all sides. That was a nice steal by Kinley Massett. However, a foul was called right before.
Ooh, she has 2 different shoes. I wonder if she switched with one of her teammates.
Yeah.
I know someone that did that. They one of them had bright neon green shoes and one had bright pink shoes, and so they switched shoelaces. And so it was coordinating.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
It adds a little bit of fun to the game as well.
I know, and it just shows teammate closeness.
Yeah. And Evelyn Osborne only got subbed in a few minutes ago and already has 2 steals, 2 points, and 2 fouls.
Look at her go.
And another thing to note about Evelyn is she's only a freshman.
Yeah, sitting at 5'3", she is still dominating on this court.
Absolutely. Wow, that was a nice attempt for a rebound, but Live Oak got it in the end. This is definitely a faster game than we've seen them play before as well, yes. On top of the intensity of it.
Yes. $16 seconds remain in the first quarter. Evelyn Osborne brings it down. It's put in at the last second by Julia Hofstauer, and it goes in, making the score after the first quarter 13-7.
Wow, that is impressive. And just to clarify a little mistake that I made earlier, I'm sorry, it was not Evelyn Osborne, it was Emma Wilson, another freshman on the team that had 2 steals, 2 points, and 2 fouls. I'm so sorry about that mistake.
Hey, if you're an SJA dad or interested in joining the SJA Dads Club, there's a general membership meeting tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. There's going to be 2 guest speakers, Ronnie Rance, the CEO and president of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation, and Russell Brock, LSU Beach Volleyball head coach. You can secure your spot on School Cash Online.
Yeah, and at the very least, I'm sure those 2 men are very intriguing people, so
yes,
go listen.
Go see what they have to say. I wonder what they're going to talk about.
I wonder that too.
It sounds like sports-related things because they're both sports people.
It does, but it also kind of seems like businessy, like leadership type.
That's true. I
don't know. I guess you'll have to go find out.
Maybe y'all can go and then let us know what they talked about at the meeting.
Absolutely.
The Redstickers score is almost double the Eagles. And I'm interested to see what happens before halftime between now and then.
Absolutely, yeah. And just to shout out 2 of our staff that attended tonight, Miss Jade Spears and Miss Rachel Dutchman.
Yes. Miss Spears is our mission director, I believe, here at SJA. Mm-hmm. And Miss Dutchman is an assistant to the ministry coordinator.
Yes. We're not exactly sure.
Miss Spears is in the white and Miss Dutchman is in the dark green. And we love them both so much. They're so sweet. And they have candy in their office.
And we're so glad that they came out to support the Redstickers tonight.
Yes.
Now back to the game. Live Oak just threw it in. And that was out on Live Oak.
Actually, I think it was out on SJA.
Oh, huh.
I think it was out on Braylon Valenti, but it was close.
Wow.
And a steal. Ooh. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Wow, I believe that actually was number 2 Evelyn Osborne that time.
Less than a minute has been played, and both teams already have a foul.
Wow.
Nice shot.
And there we go again. We talked about this before with Coach Waller, but he really, really works with his girls to make sure that they are good on their free throws.
And 2 for 2.
SJ, I think, needs to work a little bit harder on their defense. I think that there's a lot of these shots that Live Oak's just kind of missing,
Yes.
but aren't very well blocked.
Right, I agree. And eventually some of those shots are going to start to fall in.
Absolutely.
Kendall Daly and Elegis Claire are now in the game. Same with Alex Sanchez. I can feel the defense already tighter.
I mean, with that cheering, it's gotta be.
That's so true. The cheerleaders are like right there in your face.
Screaming defense at them, so I hope it works.
Oh, and an amazing three-pointer right there.
Wow.
By Adelaide Sanchez. I cannot wait to ask her about that later on. You can see some of our fans. I believe those were actually members of the Dads Club, so you might see them at the meeting.
Ooh.
The Redstickers JV team played the Live Oak JV team before this, and I believe they also won. So
The JV team for the Redstickers are doing pretty well this season. They actually won the SJ JV tournament on Saturday.
oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a good future for the varsity team here. That's what I'm hearing.
Maybe Coach Waller has been wearing his lucky pants for them too.
I think he has, you know?
In case you weren't here last game, Coach Waller has lucky pants that he has not washed since November 24th.
That's right. Ever since they won their first game of the season,
2 months ago.
14 games ago.
Yep.
Those are the same unwashed pants that he goes home and just puts on a hanger and moves on.
That's right. We talked to him last week, and he wears them proudly.
Yes, and he says that, you know, what works, works.
Yeah, and to match his spirit in this, his wife, Anne-Marie, has not washed her navy blue jacket since the game that they won as well.
You know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever works, works.
Do what you gotta do.
And SJ is already doing better on their defense. Like we said earlier, I feel like they're just kind of stuck passing right now. The Eagles have really nowhere to bring it to and nowhere to dribble. And
I think there was a miscommunication with the Eagles, resulting in SJA possession.
yes. A lot of these shots are tricky to call right now, and a lot of these different calls because they are playing so closely together
Yes.
that it's really difficult to see who touched the ball on certain
Yes.
occasions.
I agree. Slipped through the hands of Julia Hosslauer there, but that's all right. Stickers go back on defense.
I have to wonder why all of the Live Oak girls have the knee brace. Is it like a?
That is an excellent question.
I just noticed that, or not all of them, but quite a few of them do.
But all except one of the girls that are currently in.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Lucky leg sleeve. I don't know.
Yeah. It might be like a knee pad. I'm kind of curious as to why only one, you know?
Yeah.
And a shot was put up by number 20, Bryn Chapaton, but was not made in the goal. Live Oak now has possession of the ball.
Live Oak scores also a third of the SJA score, and they've used one of their timeouts, so.
Wow, that was a tricky situation for SJA, but I think that it worked out fine because now they get to throw it in again.
Yes. A sub for the Eagles. Number 25 is going to go in for number 2. Number 25 is a freshman.
Wow. And they're taking out one of their seniors.
Good defense there by Kendall. However, I think it was also out on her.
Wow, SJA is really sticking on their defense tonight. Even if the person doesn't have the ball, they're still stuck on them. They're doing very well as of now.
Lots of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Which, putting that pressure on defense on top of an already intense game against a pretty hard opponent, that's going to be a lot to have to think about.
Yeah. And that's, if anything, going to run down the other team.
Yes.
Especially for the next half.
I don't know who's going to win.
It looks like she tried to break towards the goal, but SJA was right there to defend her. And that was a foul on on Bryn Chapaton, number 20.
Elia Williams takes her free throw shot and makes it, unlike the first two she took at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams have 3 fouls with a little over 3 minutes left to go in this first half.
And Julia Hosslauer with the rebound. Kinley Massett. That seems like a little bit of a reach, but it was not called on Kinley Massett. Or not on Kinley Massett, but on the Live Oak player that was guarding Kinley Massett.
I wonder if Coach Waller's going to keep these 5 girls in and let it go to the half, or if he's going to try to switch them out one more time.
I'm not sure. I mean, honestly, I think it really depends on how well his girls are playing and also how tired they seem to look. A lot of them don't look like they're struggling much, which if they're acting or hiding it, they're doing a great job. But
and a major sub in for Live Oak. 3 new players, I believe, on the court.
Wow. And I think one of SJA's tactics is really just scaring the offensive team. They really they stick their hand in the face. They really try to get all up in their business. And I think that frightens them more than anything, which could be another reason that they haven't made a lot of their shots tonight.
Yes, and I feel like there's a lot happening down by the goal right there. They have the entire SJA bench, they have the cheerleaders, they have Coach Waller
Absolutely.
right there. So I wonder if whenever they like switch sides,
Yeah.
I wonder if like scoring on like the goal by their own bench, I wonder if that even might help them, like that mental thing.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely could. That's a possibility. We'll have to see.
Yes, we will.
Wow. That was definitely some aggressive defense on SJA's part. And it resulted in Julia Hallsauer now throwing in the ball. Again, Live Oak with this really man-to-man defense. I'm curious to see if they might try to like fast break, steal and fast break it towards their own goal, if that'll work.
Excellent move there. Kinley Massett with the shot. Putting the Redstickers up 23-8.
Amazing block.
Wow.
Amazing block by Kendall Daly. And that really just shows her leadership on the team at work yet again. She's really put on this hard work for all 4 years, and it's definitely paying off.
Yes, and she excels in the classroom. I know for sure she takes multiple AP honors classes.
Yeah.
And she's really sweet. We love Kendall.
And it was a good layup. That was an amazing play by SJA. They really took it to where there was no defense on them, which is kind of hard to do in the game this intense with such man-to-man defense.
Yeah. Put up by Julia Hostler. The rebounds gotten by number 30, I believe, for the Eagles.
I believe it's, yeah.
The Eagles are looking to score one more time before halftime. There's 18 seconds left.
Wow. And the score is pretty impressive with SJA up by 15 points. Wow.
Couldn't quite get one in there at the end, but that's okay because the Redstickers were up by 15. The score is 25-10 at halftime. Before we have our amazing performance, we're going to have an interview with Coach Waller before he heads to the locker rooms.
Both teams are looking a little worn out, so hopefully they have a chance to recuperate for the next half.
Yes.
And we're getting Coach Waller's mic on him now.
Hi, Coach Waller.
Hey guys, how y'all
Hi,
doing?
Coach
What's up?
Waller.
Thanks for being here. What's going on?
We're doing awesome. So your team's up by 15. Do you have any big standout points that you think you might need to reassess at halftime with your team?
Just continue to take care of the little things. I think the communication can improve. Live Oak does a great job. Coach Michelle Young does a great job in putting a lot of pressure on our defense. So if we take a break or if we relax, we're going to get a back cut. They're going to get a layup and get a wide open three. So we just have to continue to communicate, do those little detail things, and really just treat this, like a 32-minute game. Again, it's a well-coached team. They prepare. You can tell we're having a lot of time, a lot of struggles getting wide open looks, and they're making us work for everything that we have in this 25 points. So credit to them. We just got to continue to keep pushing the ball up the floor, win the race, so to speak, like we talked about, and get those easy baskets, because it's really tough for us to score against them in the half court.
Yeah, and which part do you think your team needs to work on more in the next half, offense or defense?
I would say defense, most importantly. I just still think there's a lot of plays where we're just not engaged, as I like to say. I always talk to my players that communication makes you faster. So there's just a lot of moments in there where they make 1 or 2, 3 passes. It's a long possession. It's a 30-second, 45-second possession, and we start to kind of go through the motions a little bit. So we got to really lock in. It's kind of like school. You got to sit there, you got to lock in, finish that homework, finish that test all the way to the end. So we got to do that in possessions. And the most important thing to finish those possessions, we got to rebound the ball. I don't know if we're being very physical with our blockouts. That's something I'm going to talk about at halftime. But we have to close those possessions out with a clean rebound. And when we do that, we can get the ball on the floor and play the pace that we like.
Yeah, thank you so much, Coach Waller.
Thank you, ladies, for
Thank
being here.
you.
Appreciate it. Stick to greatness.
And now we will see a halftime performance.
I'm really excited. I think it'll be interesting to compare the defense of the Redstickers after halftime to see if anything Coach Waller might tell them is noticeable and how they take that and apply it.
Definitely. And even just like Coach Waller was saying, seeing if their communication is different or better from the first half to the second.
Yes. All right, here are our lovely Redstickers. Wait, that is our Redstickers.
Yeah, that is definitely our Redstickers. I think they just had their palms, so they were a little.
I think that's their game day fit.
As always, they looked amazing.
Yes, so in sync, so clean. We love them so much.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you after halftime.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and throw it to a break. See y'all after this. And we're back with about a minute left of halftime. You can see both teams warming up again. You can see the Redstickers circling up. I believe the Redstickers that are going to be in starting this third quarter are Kendall Daly, Adelaide Sanchez, Bryn Chapaton, Ella Gisclair, and Julia Hosslauer. You can also see Live Oak Eagles circling up. Their starters for this third quarter coming out. Starting off, we're going to get to see that sticker defense.
Wow, that was a lot of defense on Eshe's part. They all kind of huddled around her.
Might be able to hear Coach Waller coaching his players. Right now, number 30, Kate Hawkins for the Eagles, makes her first free throw.
And Kate Hawkins is a sophomore, so she'll have a few years left to play on the Eagles as well.
If you're interested in SJ athletics in general, you'll be interested to know that the SJ soccer team is currently ranked number 1 in their Division I. And they just beat St. Scholastica on Friday night by a score of 2-1, and they're currently 10-2-1 on the season. And this Friday's game is their senior night, so their last home game, I believe. And it's going to be against Baton Rouge High. So definitely check that out. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. at Burbank Soccer Complex.
Yeah, and if you're wondering who you're coming out to support, there are 7 seniors being honored, including Claire Cordova, Amelia Lalonde, Rin Marchand, Grace Mathis, Ivy May, Avery Papania, and Claire Veluzzo.
Yes, those 7 lovely ladies would love to see you come out and support them on their senior night.
Kendall Daly is now taking her second free throw. And it has gone in once again. Number 23, Kendall Daly, has now made 7 points this game, which kind of goes back to her game point average, which is around 7.4 kind of range.
Yeah, and that's a fourth of the points that SJA currently has. So
yeah,
great job, Kendall. It's passed across court by Bryn Chapaton to Adelaide Sanchez, who puts it in. Excellent job.
And that must have been a foul.
It was called a foul. I don't believe coach or maybe even the players agree with it necessarily, but
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what actually happened there. It seems like she was just defending and guarding her, but... And wow, that was a great steal on SJA. It almost made it if they could have just slowed it down a little bit more. SJA is kind of taken to this man-to-man defense even when throwing it in now. As you can see, Bryn Chapaton is guarding her very closely. And that was a great pick for the Eagles. And unfortunately, it did go out of bounds.
would you say that basketball season is a little over halfway over?
I'd say so. There's probably about a month left, right?
Okay, yeah, I think that's about right.
Maybe a little less than a month.
I think it's like kind of funny to see how all the sports, like when they start and when they end, like you have your fall sports, then your winter sports, then your spring sports. And because basketball and soccer are both winter sports, but soccer's having their senior night.
Right.
And basketball, we're still like live within it.
Yeah, I think basketball usually lasts a little longer than soccer does.
Yes. And we have a lot of our spring sports starting really soon. The powerlifting is hosting the SJA Invitational on Friday in the Academy Student Center right here. And indoor track is competing at McNeese on Saturday. And our bowling team starts their season 1 week from today. And they're going to be against Sandoval at Premier Bowling Lanes in Gonzales. So lots of spring sports starting up.
Yeah, dang.
I also know a lot of other teams are starting practicing. Softball, maybe tennis.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of emphasis on athletics here at SJA,
There
along
is.
with obviously the importance, academics, faith, community.
Yeah, SJA definitely works hard to kind of pair the faith with the academics, with the athletics, to make sure that students really get a well-rounded experience in that kind of thing.
I agree.
And that was a point for Live Oak. SJA is now passing it cross court. Ella Gisclair with the rebound. She passed it back to Bryn Chapaton, I believe. SJA really needs to work on getting those goals in the basket.
Almost a full court sub situation right there. Adelaide Sanchez for her next shot.
Wow. Impressive on Adelaide. And that was Julia Hofslauer with the rebound.
Off of the tennis shoe.
I know.
Kendall Daly. That was unfortunate. It's all right.
SJA seems to have stepped back on their defense a little bit, kind of waiting for them to cross the court for Bryn to kind of come up there.
Kind of going back into the faith development side of SJA here. We're actually celebrating Catholic Schools Week, January 25th through 31st. And the theme this year is Catholic Schools United in Faith and Community. So SJA is actually hosting a collection drive for Catholic Charities of Baton Rouge in the days leading up to Catholic Schools Week. And it actually begins on January 20th. So bring some of your items.
And sorry, while Linley was talking, Ella Gisclair made a point. And going back to the point that Linley was making earlier, the Catholic Schools Week will also end with a Catholic Schools Mass. 10 SJ seniors were selected by faculty and staff to represent SJ at the Diocesan Catholic Schools Mass, one of which includes Linley Denstel.
Yes, I am going to the Catholic Schools Mass, so I'm actually looking forward to it. Maybe I can come back and report and tell all my fun stories about it.
They were chosen, I believe, based on their charisma and based on the qualities that they have that kind of reflect the qualities of an SJ student and SJ as a whole.
It's a great honor. I'm really excited.
And for those of you who missed it, a timeout was called.
This is a 30-second timeout.
Yes, and it was right in the middle of Ella Gisclair shooting her second free throw.
Yeah. That is Live Oak's second timeout of the half. Ella prepping. And it's in. Putting the score 35-14.
And that gives Ella 5 points that she has made for the entirety of this game.
Evelyn Osborne bringing it down. Kinley Massett, Braylon Valenti now in the game. Currently in the game are 2 freshmen and 3 sophomores.
It's interesting to see. Usually SJ can kind of switch up between their man-to-man versus zone defense, but tonight they've literally been playing the entirety of the game in man-to-man.
Yes. And I think Live Oak as well has been predominantly.
Mostly, yes.
I guess it was knocked out of the hands of a Live Oak Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
So now she'll get to throw it in.
Wow, and Braylon Valenti, I believe that's, yes, went in and actually caused it to be a jump ball, so great job on her. Oh, dang.
Evelyn Osborne finds Braylon Valenti, who takes it. It's passed around.
These girls are definitely playing a lot more aggressive than we've seen in the past. I know we've been kind of touching on that subject, but a lot of it happens even when they're just dribbling the ball and passing the ball around. They're a lot more tough and willing to kind of make contact, man-to-man contact.
Live Oak now in possession. Leah Williams. In the hands of Madeline Campbell.
And you can see Madeline tried that jump stop again. However, this time the defense was not falling for it, and they stood there right with her and blocked her.
You can see the adjustments that have been made by both sides. However, thus far in the third quarter, Live Oak has scored 3 points, while SJA has scored 10.
Wow. And honestly, I think that this is just
Four.
coming. I think this is a lot of their points are coming from their free throws. I think that because Coach Waller works with them so much on their free throws, they're scoring a lot of their points that way. And also their layups, like that one.
Yes. I also think that they're like tenacious, like they don't give up.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they have 9 steals this game, which is very impressive, especially with a team that is so good at handling the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's very impressive that they've been able to get 9 steals out of them.
Emma Wilson takes it down. The tight man-to-man defense.
Oh. Seems like the court was a little too slippery, and it allowed for Live Oak to get that steal. And Live Oak will now be shooting 2 free throws.
That is number 4, Madeline Brister. She is a junior for the Eagles. Kinley Massett with the rebound. I think the Stickers are also doing a good job with getting open quickly and finding each other while they're still open.
Wow, that would have been very impressive if that had gone in. "17 seconds left. Let's see if that's in." And no, it is not in for the Eagles.
And it's in the hands of now Emma Wilson.
Let's see. She might try to. Wow.
Not quite, but that was still really good.
Yeah.
That is the end of the third quarter.
Thank you guys for tuning in this far if you have. And make sure you stay till the end where we're going to interview Coach Waller and
sophomore Adelaide Sanchez. So make sure you stay tuned in for that. And don't forget that acceptance letters, your big red envelope, will be mailed out February 2nd. And feel free to share any stories that you have about getting yours. Make sure you tag SJA in your post.
All right, and we're back in the fourth quarter, ready to go. Live Oak is throwing in the ball. That's another thing about Live Oak that we haven't really seen before is these long possessions.
Mm-hmm.
They hold the ball and pass the ball around their teammates for a pretty long period of time. I don't know if sometimes it's just defense on SJA or if it's on purpose as a way to kind of like get open or just intimidate the other team.
Braylon Valenti trying to find Emma Wilson there. Unfortunately, she can't. And number 2 will make a layup, but does not make it in. Open shot there.
And that is going to be a foul on Kinley Massett, I believe.
Number 4, Madeline Brister again, stepping up to the free throw line.
We've talked a little bit about Coach Waller pulling his players out for being tired and stuff. However, I wonder if some of them are being pulled out because he doesn't want them to foul out of the game. I know Kinley has four fouls now maybe in the game.
I think so.
And number 20, Bryn Chapaton, has 3, so I'm curious if he's kind of pulling them out so that they, don't get out.
Yes, I agree. Braylon Valenti comes out the game.
Wow, that was a very interesting rebound, kind of passed over the head to another SJA player.
That shot there puts the score at 37-17.
I think the thing with this team is Live Oak has pretty good technique. That's not where they're necessarily lacking, and I've said this before, but I think it's a lot in their shots. They're just not putting a lot of goals in the basket. They're making a lot of shots and taking them, but they're just not really getting inside that goal.
It'd be interesting to see the shot taken to made ratio for the Eagles.
I agree. Or maybe just the shots taken to made ratio, or maybe SJ is taking more shots, so they're making more shots, whereas the Eagles might just not be taking as many shots as SJ are, or is.
Yes. However, this is a lower scoring game.
Definitely.
Of the ones that we've covered, at least for the Redstickers. Usually by now we've seen the scores in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, I'm not sure if y'all remember last game, but SJ was up by 50 points at the end of that game. And so it's very interesting to see that this is only a 20-point difference.
Still very, very impressive. However, you can see that the Live Oak defense is really good, and they are putting the pressure on the Redstickers.
Absolutely. Something I always like seeing is how many times do these teams go into bonus. I feel like that's always a good indicator of how aggressive these players really are.
And how intense the game was, especially later in the game. It's natural to get sloppy a little bit on defense. And so it's important to make sure you don't do that. And maybe that is another reason why Coach Waller finds it so important to pull his players out, because he knows that with a mixture of your endurance and how you're already fouling people in the game, you can't continue to do that and do it more as you go later in the game.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh! Wow, that was a straight foul on Live Oak.
Madeline Campbell took it like a champ, though, let me say. Number 10, Emma Wilson's coming out.
Wow, and Bryn Chapaton carried that all the way across the court. That was an interesting maneuver that Live Oak player just did. She kind of hooped the ball in her arm and kind of took it back away from that defensive player. You don't see that very often.
Correct. Timeout call here This is going to be a 60-second timeout. You can see on the stats here, 3 fouls by each side.
Both teams are playing very well.
Yes. And you can see the difference between the shots taken and the shots made, I believe is what that bottom statistic is.
I'm actually not sure on that one. We'll have to get back to you on that.
If that is the case, 4 out of 31 versus 12 out of 40 is quite a difference.
Yeah, Linley would be correct. That is what that means.
Which is what we were talking about earlier. So making only 4 of those shots out of a lot, that was,
Yeah, I want to say, 30?
Yeah, 31 maybe.
Wow, and that was a straight line for the goal.
Pretty open layup there.
Yeah, SJ probably could have been a little bit better on defense, but
it's okay. They seem to be regrouping as they find each other with these passes. However, the shots don't seem to be making it in. But
and Bryn Chapaton with the retrieval of the ball.
Yes, number 11 for Live Oak seemed to be looking for someone to pass to, but there simply was no one there except for 3 Redstickers. Excellent 3-pointer right there by Julia Hosslauer.
And after that shot, you can see just in that short amount of time how much SJ's defense has changed to not let that happen again. They started sticking more on that man-to-man. Not that they weren't before, but a lot more strict on that.
Yes. This is number 25, Peyton Hughes.
And she's actually a freshman.
Yes, that is the freshman for the Eagles.
I love it when the freshmen are so impressive and just do like everything that the seniors are doing, and it's really impressive to see. Wow, and straight in that goal. That puts Live Oak at 21 and SJ at 40. Nice save.
Kendall Daly passes to Bryn Chapaton, who passes to Adelaide Sanchez. And the rebound received by our freshman that we've talked about. I feel like there's a lot of congestion. Like the girls are trying to run and break towards the goal, and there's just defenders there.
I agree, which, I mean, shows how good of defending they
Yes,
are.
we keep saying that, but I mean, it's just so prevalent in this game.
Yeah. And I think that this just shows how good SJA really can be when they put all their effort into these games. I mean, obviously the stat speaks for itself. 14 undefeated games. However, I think that like playing these more difficult opponents that have higher stats like yours really, really shows your caliber and your level of what you can do at.
Yes, and really tests all the skills, all the things that you maybe don't have to worry as much about on your quote-unquote easier opponents.
I agree, absolutely.
However, I do think that Coach Waller does a good job of instilling in his girls that you treat every opponent the same.
Yeah.
You go into every game with the same mindset, which is very important in sports, especially basketball.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Coach Waller never talks down about his opponents. He always treats them the exact same, no matter who it is, because you never want to misinterpret an opponent.
Excellent right there. Quick 2 points. And it's back down at the Live Oak side. Steal by Kendall Daly. Julia Hosauer breaks towards the goal. Excellent job.
A lot of these players need to be careful because, like I was saying, Coach Waller might take them out, but also they might foul out. Kendall Daly has 4 fouls, also 5 rebounds, but 4 fouls. And same with Kinley Massett, also has 4 fouls, and that's not good at all.
Timeout here is going to be 30 seconds. Live Oak is actually in the bonus. So I assume Coach Waller is trying to tell his girls something along the lines of don't foul anymore.
Let's hope so.
Is somewhere in the message he's giving them.
Yeah.
However, there are only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. So I think as long as they're keeping the intensity up.
It looks like Coach Waller will not be washing his pants tonight either, based on how this game is going. Wow. Excellent receive. And Bryn Chapeton's open for the goal. She did not go for it. It's interesting to see what kind of calls aren't called by the refs, just because of how congested it is, just like we were saying earlier.
Coach Waller's called a timeout. I honestly think that these timeouts are being called so these girls can catch their breath so they can play these last 2 minutes their hardest. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. You can see Coach Waller showing them his game plays.
Yes.
I feel like that clipboard is just a staple. Every basketball coach I've ever had has had that same exact clipboard with the dry erasable little court on it.
Yes. A note from our SJ Athletic Hall of Fame. Inducted were longtime SJ volleyball coach C.V. Miller, Herbie Baker, who graduated in 2008. She played golf, and Emily McMakin Romano, who played tennis and graduated in 1998. So congratulations to those inductees into the SJ Athletic Hall of Fame. In and out of the goal, unfortunately. Nice shot, though. The Stickers are up 20. And not that many shots for the Eagles have gone in, but that one did.
You can hear the audience applauding in their cheers, and it's amazing to hear, and it's so wonderful to see how many people come out and support the SJ Redstickers.
Yes. It truly is a community.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a chance, definitely come check out the next SJA basketball game, which is this Thursday against Dunham at Catholic High School. So definitely check
Wow.
that out.
And for some reason, if you can't make any of the SJ home games, well, then you better tune in here because we are live streaming them.
Yes. And our next broadcast is next Friday, January 23rd. So definitely tune into that. And we couldn't do what we do without our lovely ladies behind the scene. On camera tonight, we have Cameron Frost, Izzy Stelly, and Lucy LaPlace. On graphics, we have Audrey, Tullier, Paige, Roscoe, and on stats, we have Marie Henderson. And our producer is our journalism teacher and media guy here, Mr. Martina. So thank you all so much for all your help.
Yes, we're so appreciative. Bryn Chapaton will now shoot one free throw.
I guess two.
Well, now two.
Both teams are in the bonus now. Again, just highlighting how intense this game has been.
Mm-hmm. And again, Live Oak would really do well if they could just get those shots into the goal. However, a foul was called, so number 4 will be shooting. Number 4 is Madeline Brister, and she's a junior at Live Oak. And those shots were no good. However, Live Oak is back in possession of the ball. A three-pointer goes up, but is not made. SJ with the steal.
Less than a minute left in the game. It's pass to Adelaide Sanchez, Ella Gisclair, Kendall Daly. I think the Stickers are passing it around now, trying to hold it a little, get some clock to run out.
Yeah. And it's interesting to see how much each team has scored in each of the quarters.
Yes, I agree. Live Oak has definitely scored more in the second half. I think SJA, the distribution was a little more even.
Absolutely, yeah. 43 seconds left. Kendall Daly with the shot. And it's no good. And I believe at this point, Kendall Daly has, in fact, exceeded her average game point, or her game point average. SJA with the recover. Number 2, Evelyn Osborne passes it to Kendall Daly, and that was a charge on number 11, Live Oak.
24 seconds left here. Kendall Daly, redemption at the free throw line here.
And both points on the board for Kendall Daly. With 19 seconds left, let's see if Live Oak can score some sort of point. Or if SJ gets it and scores instead. A lot can happen within these next 7 seconds.
Clock is almost out. Kendall Daly's going to hold on to it.
Well, that was an excellent game. We will now be interviewing Coach Waller and Adelaide Sanchez.
(48-26), SJA versus Live Oak. What a great game, I feel. I can't wait to see how Coach Waller feels about it.
We are getting Coach Waller's mic back on now. I think this song is very fitting for the
15th win in a row. All we do is win here. Hi, Coach Waller.
Hi, Coach.
Psych, everyone.
No, not Matt. Sorry. Adelaide.
Hi, Coach Waller.
Hi, Coach Waller. Hi, Coach Waller.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
yes, we're good.
now.
Good. What's up?
Congrats on the win.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
How do you feel that your team adjusted after halftime based on what you were telling us?
Oh, they did the things that I stated earlier with regards to our defense needing to communicate on that side of the floor, finish possessions, 32-minute game. So we got the clean rebounds that we wanted. There were a couple of challenges there for us, but we did, what was necessary to finish the basketball game. Look, as I stated earlier at halftime, Live Oak is 10-4, really, really strong team. They're well coached, so we knew we'd be in that battle. But I'm proud of my players, to fight all the way to the end.
Yeah. We noticed a few of the players were kind of close to fouling out. Did you do anything to kind of protect them, or what was your thought process in that?
Honestly, one of our core values is trust. So I told them, go out there and play. I trust you with your foul trouble. But we have a lot of depth. We have 12 players in our varsity team, and Coach David now, we feel very comfortable playing any of those girls in any crucial moments of the game. So the foul trouble right now for us is not something that we feel can hinder us and stop us from having success on the floor. So we take it, we understand it, and it's a part of the game. And we always tell our players, just be ready when your number is called, when your name's called, because you never know what value you have to bring to a particular game.
Yeah, and a lot of these teams that you've played have played very differently in terms of different ways that they take things. So how have you kind of been able to adjust to that?
Yes, look, that's great insight by you ladies. That's a great question. There are teams that get filmed. We've played, 17 games now. So there's 17 films out there of SJA basketball. And again, credit to Live Oak. They know that we like to, run. We're a fast-paced team. We want to get out the floor. So they were doing their best to try to slow that down and prevent us from getting to that opportunities. And look, credit to my players. We kind of willed ourselves and pushed ourselves to get that type of momentum and type of tempo that we like. So, but yes, I just always tell my players, look, let's just do what we do and adjust to what the team tries to do to stop us. And I still think we were able to continue running and winning the race, as we like to say, get the ball up in the transition game.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Great, ladies. Thank y'all for being here. Stick to greatness. I know y'all want to talk to now Adelaide Sanchez. I'm going to hand everything over to her.
Yes. We're passing the mic to sophomore Adelaide Sanchez. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Can you hear us?
Yes,
Perfect. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great.
Okay, awesome. So what would you say helps you or the team as a whole when you're going into these games, especially against harder opponents?
I think just trusting in each other and trusting our preparation. We go into practice every day and we work hard and we work on the things that, we need to work on to be able to play our best. And beat the teams we're playing. And so I think just having trust and confidence in each other is what helps us to be better and succeed on the court.
Yeah. Do you have any routines or maybe superstitions that you have on the court or off the court about basketball?
I know Coach Waller doesn't wash his pants. I mean, I'll wash my uniform, but I don't have anything like big. I mean, we try and pray before every game, bring God into everything, but other than that, just every game's a new game. Anything can happen, so, you know, just trusting in myself and my teammates to do what we do every day.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Adelaide.
Yeah,
Thank
great
y'all.
game.
Good luck with the rest of the season. Aww, look how cute. Aw. Well, there you have it. That was your SJA basketball team.
Yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
I've been Linley.
And I've been Ava.
See y'all. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a presentation of the Academy Athletics Network.